My next guest is the mom of one of the world's most famous rock climbers. Dierdre Wolownick's son, Alex Honnold, was the star of the 2018 Oscar-winning documentary Free Solo about his attempt to climb El Capitan in Yosemite National Park. And by the way, this is one of the world's most challenging climbs, and Alex did it with no rope or safety equipment whatsoever. Now, as a mom with a daredevil son, some may sit home and worry about him, but instead, Dierdre was inspired to join him, and now at age 70, she's climbed El Capitan twice and has become the oldest woman to make the ascent from Tucson, Arizona. Please welcome Dierdre to the show. I mean, you are so inspiring. So first of all, Dierdre, thank you for joining us. For people who haven't seen Free Solo, about your son's journey, it is... the whole time I was watching at home, I'm grabbing the pillow, I'm grabbing the covers. I can't believe it. You're on the edge of your seat because he does it with no backup, no safety. What was it like for you watching him do that?
I did not watch him do it, fortunately. Free soloists don't tell anyone that they're going to do a free solo climb. It's too dangerous, and it's too distracting. A free soloist needs to have a very clear mind, and they can't be thinking while they're up there home worrying about it.
That's fascinating. I know in your memoir, 2019, The Sharp End of Life, you describe Alex as being a compulsive climber. And now seeing what you've accomplished, I have to wonder, did he get it from you?
Well, he probably got the basic gene from me. I was a climber when I was a little kid. I loved to climb roofs and trees and garages and things with all the little boys. But I wasn't supposed to. I was supposed to wear pretty dresses and stay home and help my mother and be a little girl. This was a long time ago, 65 years ago. The rules were different for little girls back then.
Well, listen, you've broken all the rules and more. I'm curious, though, how you go from, and I know it's a long journey, long ascent, no pun intended, to watching him, to then saying, I want in on that. What were you seeking when you first decided to take him as an inspiration and do it on your own?
It didn't exactly go that way. My son was becoming more and more famous. He was in magazines and videos and TV, and I would see these things. But my life was terribly frenetic back then. I was doing too many things, and people were dying, family and outside the family, friends, and I was handling too much life, and I didn't really have time to focus on his. The back of my mind, I knew what he was out there doing, but I didn't speak the language. So I wanted to understand that, and I wanted to be part of his life. He was my son, my baby boy, and I had no idea what he was doing when he was out, on these trips. And when I'd seen the things in the magazines, I didn't really understand what went into that. And I wanted to, so I had him take me to the climbing gym once. And I figured I would, do a little half climb, and I would get familiar with the gear and all that stuff, and I'd understand what he did better. That's not how it turned out. When that day, the first day when he took me, I rediscovered my love of this.
Wow.
My passion for climbing up, getting higher, and the adventure, the outdoors, and then he left on another expedition, some part of the world, and I was on my own again.
Wow.
And so I struggled for another month and a half before I got up the courage to go back to the climbing gym alone.
And you did that. You put in the work. And in 2017, you became the oldest woman to ascend El Cap. Then last September, you did it again to celebrate your 70th birthday. I mean, that's a heck of a 70th birthday, let me tell you.
Yes, it was. I will never top that as a birthday party.
That is, and when you look back again, just at, as you said, having to go in at some point and do the work alone, and now knowing that while he inspired some part of this for you, you are inspiring so many other people. How does that feel?
It feels wonderful. Oh. Because women are expected to do so many things. There are so many limits placed on us, expectations, and to watch the media. Pay attention to the media. You're told at this age you should be doing this. At this age you should be doing that. If you're a girl, you should be doing this. If you're heavyset, you should not be doing this. If you're skinny, you should. Those are bad messages all around, and we never believe any of those.
Well, I love the message that family can inspire, and we appreciate you joining us to share your journey and your sons. Thank you so much. Congratulations. And you know what? Congrats on becoming a grandmom, baby girl June.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The very first.
Well, Dierdre, I think you have another climber in the family. We'll see what happens. Thank you so much for joining us.